Hello and welcome to another episode of MightyHighs World. This is episode 82, and the last episode, the robots tried to blow me up by setting traps for me, which was pretty hilarious because one of them didn't go off, and well, it did go off, but it wasn't me that set it off, and then I set the other ones off, which kind of created this massive hole that I'm in at the moment. Although I did use a bit more TNT and some grinding work to actually dig it out. So if you didn't see last episode, I highly suggest you actually go and see it because it was really quite funny. And I had a lot of fun making it as well, using TNT as well, which is always fun. So the last episode we ended up with this massive hole, partly because the robots tried to blow me up and also because I have a good plan for this area. So I decided to dig a massive cavern out in the ground basically, so you could call this more of a ravine than a cavern. The walls kind of still need sorting out and smoothing over, but I can do that when I'm actually putting this stuff in here. So let's have a little fly around just to show you guys what we've actually done. I've smoothed some parts out since last episode as well, so if we just land here, you can see there's just a massive hole in the ground at the moment, and then it splits off over here as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So we could even dig this part down as well if we wanted to be fair with you. So yeah, I've got my beacon ready as well, so yeah, I think that might be a good idea to dig this down as well. It's probably just a bit of mist, so let's do this and then I'll show you what I'm going to be doing after. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so that part is now being dug out, so we're left with a bigger hole on this side now, which is pretty cool. So I think I did go through what we were going to do in the last episode here. So in one of these shulker boxes I have a lot of lime green glass, so let's just grab some of this out and I'll show you what I plan to do here. So I've got some green lime glass on me now, so in case you guys don't know what I'm planning to do, I basically plan to layer this glass on top of each other, leaving a block gap so it creates that fog effect. So one thing I probably need to do is cover this hole up, so let's do that quickly and then I'll show you what the effect looks like using this bit here. So let's get some glass down and then I'll come back to you guys once this part's done, I guess. Alright, so I've got some glass in now and this should give you a good idea of the effect I'm looking for. You see how it looks really foggy down on the bottom? That's exactly the kind of effect I'm looking for. So I do need to bring this up until the top of there, but also I thought when I'm at about this height I'm going to get rid of the edge layer, this layer here, and replace it with green concrete. Replace it with green terracotta instead, because I think that will add a bit more life to it as well. So it's not just glass or the stone, because stone doesn't really look good, and plus from down here you can't really notice it. So if I get rid of this and change it into terracotta, then it should look pretty decent and it should add to the effect as well. So let's clear a bit of room out here and see what that looks like once I've got the terracotta in, because I've actually gone mining quite a bit for terracotta, although I need to make some green dye. I've got quite a bit of terracotta now, so I've got 1, 2, 3 and a half shulker boxes full of terracotta. And let's just have a look at our cactus supplies as well, because I should have quite a bit. So let's just fly in here, go down here, and our cactus is in this chest here. We have 2, 4, 6 and a bit stacks, which is pretty good to be honest with you. So I'm going to take that. Let's just clear some room, and then I'm going to smelt these, make some lime green dye, and then get on with placing the terracotta. So I'll catch you guys in a minute once I've done that. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so I've got the glass up to the top now in this little section, and this is what it looks like, and I really like this effect. You can really tell that it's supposed to be like a foggy area, or like imagine like maybe some poison gas or some kind of terraforming going on down here, which is precisely the point, because these robots have placed some slime down, which has kind of terraformed the whole area, and which is kind of going to end up destroying my base at some point, which is why we cannot we need to cover everything in glass around my base at some point, because this is going to get toxic, let's put it that way. So that's the concept of this. And as you can see with the green terracotta as well, you can barely notice where the divide between the concrete or the stone and the actual terracotta is. So I really like that effect, but it does look a bit flat on here, so maybe I don't flatten the walls out and just leave them as they are and just place the terracotta around them and the glass around them. I think that will be a cool idea. And also I'm using terracotta only about there because I'm saving on resources as well, because I'm going to need a hell of a lot of green dye for the glass and also the lime green terracotta as well. So that's going to dig into my resources, but not to worry, I think we've got enough for now. So why don't I see what we can do about placing all this glass? So the only way I can think of doing that is again with a time lapse. So let's roll that music and start the time lapse. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you enjoyed that time lapse, and as you can probably tell, I've had to cut it short because I've run out of glass. So yeah, that's a bit of an annoyance, but not to worry, because I've kind of got a backup plan, so don't worry about that. And as you could see in this time lapse, you can really see how the fog effect is taking effect with the layered glass, and it looks really cool. I'm really happy about this. I still have a lot of work to do around the edges, and I've still got to place another 6 or 7 layers of glass as well. But another thing I was thinking of doing is laying terracotta around here before I put the glass in, which is most likely what I'm going to do. But before I do that, I've gathered a lot of sand. So let's just go up here quickly. So I had at least 6 shulker boxes full of sand, and I've pretty much used it all so I can smelt glass. So let's see how much glass we've got as well, hey. Oh, that was close. Almost lost 2 stacks then. Right, so we have 1 full chest and half a chest. Ah, okay, so there's not as much as I thought we do, but it's coming through steadily, at least. So yeah, so at least we've got a load of glass. So let's show you the time lapse of me destroying the desert then. And we're back. So I think it might be a good idea to actually put some green lime terracotta in before we actually put any more glass down, because it's going to be a pain in the butt to actually put the terracotta in after we've put the glass in. So it just makes sense to do the edges before we actually put the glass in. So I think I've got enough terracotta. I'm not entirely sure if I've got enough green dye though, that's the question. I've got a good 4 or 5 stacks here at the moment, 5 stacks, so that's not too bad. Hopefully that'll be enough, but then I need some glass, as I need it for the glass as well. So I'm not entirely sure where that green dye went to. I might have already used it for all this glass, but I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't really matter, to be fair. I think we've got enough for placing the terracotta at least, and then we might have to find another way of getting green dye, but that could probably wait for the next episode. So why don't we go and see how much of this terracotta we can place. I've done quite a few time lapses in this episode, so I'm probably not going to do another one. But let me know what you guys think of the time lapses, whether you like them or not, or whether it's a bit too much, and I'll take your suggestions and feedback into account. But anyway, let's start placing down some of this terracotta and see how far we can get. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we've got all the terracotta in now, and this is looking a lot better than it used to look. It beats the normal stone and all the other kind of variants, doesn't it? And I'm really liking this. As I say, as you get up to this point, you won't really notice or see the stone, because if we go to our test a bit over here, you can just about see the line, but you don't really notice it's stone because of all the layers of glass. But on the top you kind of do, which is why eventually when all the glass is in, it hopefully won't be noticeable. But unfortunately I may have to wait until next episode for that, because not only has it taken me a lot of time to get a load of sand, but it's also taken me quite a long time to do this as well, believe it or not. I know it sounds like it's only placing terracotta in blocks, but sometimes to get this kind of effect it can take quite a while, and I know it's not very well done and I could do better, so I might fiddle around with this by the next episode. And I've also got to wait for all this glass to smelt as well, so this is going to take quite a while. It's making me think that I need a better super smelter, to be fair, because this one's pretty slow, and I think I'm almost out of fuel as well, like coal and stuff like that, so that's going to be annoying. The bamboo farm is good, but it's not really good for that kind of thing, so I think I might have to sort out some kind of other fuel source instead for up there before we can continue with this project, because I need a lot more glass as well. So I may even have to get a few more shulker boxes full of sand to smelt up as well, but unfortunately that will have to wait until next episode. So thank you very much for watching. My name is MightyHigh. If you like this video, then please click the like button, and if you really liked it, then click the subscribe button and ding that bell for further uploads. I've been MightyHigh, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye!